My name is Joe Zekas. I'm from YoChicago. I'm here with Ernest, also known as Ernie Sanders, from Auburn, Gresham, and I'm going to ask Ernie to tell us a little bit about who he is and what he does, and most of all, tell us where Auburn, Gresham is, because most of us don't know.
The Auburn Gresham Development Corporation is located on the south side of Chicago, and we service the Auburn Gresham community, Englewood, and West Chatham communities.
We have an audience that is mostly concerned about housing, and you mentioned some of the types of housing that are available down there. If I wanted to buy a nice, well-maintained bungalow in a nice part of Auburn, Gresham, what would I be looking at paying? Round numbers.
We just finished. We partnered with the city of Chicago to restore a couple of bungalows. These bungalows are energy efficient, have all of the green technology associated with them, solar panels, rain barrels, just a whole 9 yards. And one home was sold for approximately $220,000 in Auburn, Gresham.
So that's renovated, fully renovated. Would I get a discount if I went with the rain barrel?
The discounts came because of the rain barrel.
That's fully renovated, so is that towards the higher end of the price range?
I would say because that's fully renovated, that's towards the higher end range. But essentially, I would tell you anywhere from 220 being the high to maybe 160 being the low.
If I were going to move there, one of the things I'd be concerned about is transportation. How would I? Is there good public transportation in the area?
The Auburn Gresham community has 79th Street as part of their corridor. 79th Street corridor is the busiest CTA transit or bus line in the city of Chicago. So transportation is very accessible, whether by bus, train, plane, or automobiles. Midway Airport is not terribly far away as well. Very accessible by public transportation.
Every time I hear the word Gresham on the radio or see it in the newspaper, it seems it's in connection with a crime incident. How should people feel about public safety down in that area?
I would tell you we have one of the best commanders in our area. The 6th District Police Station works very closely with us. I would also say, and your comment is fair, that crime is everywhere in Chicago. If you take a look at the crime statistics in our area, you would see that they have greatly reduced because of our initiatives going forth in the community. Just kind of on a side note, I guess if you see community development, when there's community development, there's a reduction in crime. And so what maybe used to be the norm is now the exception and does not necessarily happen daily in our community.
It would seem for me to make sense looking at 160 to 220 on the south side versus 300 to 350 for probably the same kind of property in a comparable neighborhood on the north side. It would seem to make sense and for white flight to start going in the other direction and people to start moving down to Auburn, Gresham. What kind of a reception would they get there? Would the climate be friendly?
The climate would be very friendly. In fact, we ask ourselves the same question about the price difference. And I got to be quite honest with you, Joe. The mayor has been to our area 3 times within a 2-month period in 2006 to visit our bungalows and to participate in what's called the Model Homes Block Initiative that we participated in with the city of Chicago. This was in October. They had what's called a Convocade of Homes, and basically it was featuring all of the bungalows in the Chicagoland area. And so our area was one of them. And I got to be quite honest with you, we have folks from the north side, we have folks from Beverly, we have folks from all over who own bungalows, and they were fascinated with the bungalows in the Auburn Gresham community. We have folks from West Lawn who have bungalows as well. Again, just the fascination to see how well kept our bungalows were versus theirs, and to see that the prices were not as significant as they were in the other communities. It really brought a lot of interest and attention to our area. And so, we don't frown upon that. Before we said, that's not a good thing, but we look at it as the cup being half full, and that we have something valuable to offer, and we believe that folks are going to come because of that. They're going to get the same quality, if not better, in our community than they would in some of the other areas.
I would say that I do see one difference, and I haven't been in Auburn Gresham lately, but I have been in Chatham. And I don't know where people find the time to keep the lawns looking as neat as they do. Mm-hmm. Is it same? They're like bloody putting greens. Do you have the same kind of thing going on in Auburn Gresham?
Pretty much so. We have a lot of folks who care about the community, and a lot of folks who help to keep it, where it is today. Residents in the Auburn Gresham area, West Chatham, and Inglewood areas are very, very concerned and very, very dedicated to the success of the communities, and we're there to help them.
Ernie, thank you for your time.
Thank you. Thank you, Joe.